Hey, check your settings. All my videos are 4K and or 1080. Now back to the show. It's a beautiful day. I got all of that. The 6 quarts of 520 spark plugs, fuel filter, oil filter, and 20 square feet of that plastic. I got all that for roughly, basically I hit $100 to get the free shipping from Summit, and I had tax, so I think I was like 107 or 114, something like that. All right, arts and crafts with Garfield. Basically, I'm gonna draw out my hitch real quick. This is the truck, and this is my hitch. All right, this is the truck frame rails, this is the hitch, and I've got a fuel tank right in here. Our axle, tires, forward. Essentially, what I'm wanting to do, now there's also some large plate right in here for the suspension that's framing. You get the idea. I've got this hitch. So we're going to come out. That's our hitch. As of right now, we've got frame rail and frame rail, and I just welded in this beefy piece of steel. So next, I'm going to go and take my 2x2 that's on a thinner gauge. My first idea is to come in and brace like so. The second idea is I could do a bar across, basically parallel to this hitch, and then tie in like a ladder system. That's my next idea. That would look like this. I don't like that because of material. I don't have that much material. I should have bought more, but I'm on a real budget, you know. Okay, so if I do that, here's our hitch. If I do that, and I come in and I've got a ladder system, just imagine that's correct. That's fine. It's going to carry the load out, and any flex or anything is going to be brought further up these frame rails. So at the end of the day, the load is being carried here and here on each side, so 4 points of contact. So if I take this exact same thing, now y'all just imagine that that is intersecting. And I do that, so this is a frame rail, hitch, 45s. I think that this, you're still getting 1, 2, 3, 4, because it's going to be intersecting here at the frame. There's a frame rail right here, essentially, like so. You're still getting those 4 points of contact. Difference is I can go a little bit further up on this frame rail, help spread that load out more to a thicker section. If you look up there by that piece of lumber, it starts getting thicker up there. It's going to leave me room to get in there and work on the tank in this area if I need to, or if I end up doing some airbags, which is a huge possibility, I can have an area to store a small tank, things of that nature in here. So that's kind of my gist. I'm gonna essentially do this. So this truck has lost probably 600 pounds whenever I went back and was looking at how much metal I scrapped versus how much the body on this truck weighs. So technically, the hitch capacity does increase. So for everybody out there saying you can only tow 1,500 pounds, you're wrong, in my kind words. So here is where I started putting in the metal and looking at these 45s. I really liked everything. And what you don't see, I don't remember if I recorded it that well, is these come out on a separate level than that frame rail. My first idea was to install them under that big 2-inch bar in the back, and then that would get them tied into the side of my frame rail. But what's kind of come into play is the height of this truck is going to be very, I would say, misskewed compared to the hitch if I set it up on the low end. So I decided to raise it up and go on top of the frame rail. And that allows me to come back and tie in with some gas welding some really nice gussets. Those gussets are going to go under the bracket and tie down into the side of the frame rail. That's going to happen at the front and the rear. All right, this is what we're looking at. I've got it tacked in, just really simple. Looking at this nice triangulation. I didn't want to go on top of that, but I thought, man, this hitch would be a really good platform to mount an air tank on if down in the future I decide to do any airbag or anything with the truck. But I think that's pretty good. I like it. Got this extra thin wall right here. Thought about doing something with it and figure it out. I need to tie this in the center on each one. If you look real close, you can see that front bar has got a bow. I need to bring some triangulation down in it. Probably gonna have to go get some more metal. I 100% am, that's a fact. So I'm pretty happy with this. It's coming along nice. Well, this tailgate's in really rough shape. You guys can't see it that well on video. All the pivot points are extremely corroded. I mean, there's no saving this tailgate. I'm gonna save it just because it's me. The bottom's rusted out. It sounds like a bag of sands inside of it. She doesn't have much long to live. Well, I got this all buzzed in. This center section, I forgot to cut an 1/8 inch out of that center post. So that needs to be cut and brought down, just a hair. So no big deal there. You can see the bow in it, that was my bad. So the gas tank, I'm gonna work on the gas tank real quick. And I've got this pulling this bedside out so I can get some bracing down in here. This gas tank is kind of, it's a thorn in my thumb, I will say that. It's full, it stinks when the neck's out, and I've got to get this thing welded in, the bracing for it, so I can run straps. I looked online, I found 42-inch gas tank straps, which is just thin metal. And what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay this across on the bottom, and then I will weld those straps down here on a bolt that can pivot, and then run them up and they'll bolt in up here. That's my game plan. Things could change in 5 seconds, I don't know. But I'd like to have a big shout out for whoever made this belt, because it's, I guess, keeping my pants up. Struggles of my life. I'm editing videos and I'm like, man, what is going on with this belt? I have a genius idea on this tank. I mean, I'm still going to use straps, but let me show you this. Just threw this in, this bar right here. I got the tank about between 4 to 6 inches further back than what it was. It leaves me a gap that I can get in here and potentially pull that fuel pump out without having to take the tank out. That's the whole goal of where I wanted to put this tank. If you're wondering why, this brand new fuel pump has already failed on the fuel sending. And that's just part of it, you know, cheap Chinese crap. If you guys want to fix that, you know what to do. Keep our jobs in America. I had to throw that out there. Sorry. Woo! Okay, back to the show. Found some old tabs I had laying around from the Vic, and thought these are great for fuel tank straps. So what I'm gonna do, throw them right here, buzz them in, and if I need to run a bolt through them, or if I need to run my straps just temporary until I get my metal straps, I'm gonna call the guy at the old body shop junkyard about this GTO. My uncle just texted me and said he may know some information on that. Stopped by y'all's shop yesterday, and I've been staring at 2 or 3 cars, and I finally just figured I'm gonna swing in there and ask what's going on with them.
Yeah, we would sell it 25.
Okay, all right. Let me talk to my wife and I'll see on that one. And then there's a 63 or 4 Galaxie out front. You got a number on it?
Yeah. I hate to see them just sit and rust away.
Yeah, it's
somebody needs to fix them.
Yeah, it's getting close.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me talk to my wife about the GTO, and then if I can make something happen on it, I'd like to come down there and grab it as soon as possible. I can call you back and let you know. I've got no rubbing. And I've got no flexing. And I've got a seat. Well, I called that guy with the GTO. He wants $2,500. It is a real GTO. I am in a situation. I don't have $2,500 to go drop on the GTO. I want this GTO. I was thinking 1,000 max. $2,500 could do a lot for the truck. It could do a lot. It's no gas. The truck sounds really good idling. It doesn't have a misfire when it's sitting here. Whenever you start getting under load in that very bottom, like 20% throttle, she starts to get a little chew going on with the injectors and coil packs, and however bad these spark plugs are. So long story short, I'm going to run around. We're going to try to get some heat in the motor and try to burn out some of this gas. I'm going to put 6 or 7 gallons in it, mix it up, and go from there. Believe it or not, this chair is comfortable. So bad. Like they're square. Just so you know, I drove this truck up this hill before a dozen times with the original 223 straight 6, 1 barrel, and it was everything I could do to get up that hill. I'm talking full throttle, first and second gear, and I'm maybe 15 mile an hour, so this is an immediate benefit right here. This V8, even with bad coil packs and some really worn out fuel and spark plugs, this thing is cruising 100 times better. I think I'm about to lose a tire. I'll start heading towards the house at this time. These tires are beyond bad, and that's why I'm on a back road below 30 mile an hour, just trying to get adjusted to this seat. got a lot of work to do. There's a lot of smells coming out of this thing.